Steps and ladders, chutes and ladders.
Oh, wait, we have an applicant.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do. Good.
That's online too.
They just didn't want us to put chairs out.
Well, the police were having a meeting when I first came, so I couldn't really set.
All
And I
right.
figured.
All right. The chairman
wouldn't-
apologizes for being 2 minutes late.
Politics up there.
So we're unmuted.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the February meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. We have an application before us for 36 Briarcliff Lane. Our duties tonight are to review the application and make sure that we have the information and it is complete. The difficulty, which I mentioned earlier with the email, is that we need the application that talks about the zoning board of appeals in order to give an area variance has to reach a conclusion that 5 tests have been met, and we don't have the proper application.
That would mean with a letter that usually is included. Is that it?
No,
Oh,
Well, it's there with extra pages where it talks about like, it's within character of the neighborhood and it's like all.
yeah, and I think that it has to do with, we've had a change in the code enforcement officer, and we just need to get the correct paperwork.
Okay.
Ed, did you ever find it? You have to unmute yourself, Ed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, Drew's coming Friday. And we'll go over it then.
So I think that, I don't know if anybody else looked at it. I did look at, and I, looked at the neighborhood, and it's 2 feet. All of the houses are, this isn't really any change. And so in this case, I'm willing to say that we could go ahead and, assuming that that Ed finds that helps him through with the proper exclamation in time for you to do the advertisement, that we could proceed and set the public hearing and stuff like that for next month. That's really all that we're doing tonight. It's not a big deal. Just to let you know, you can go to the zoning law and see the 5 tests that we're required to do. It's I'll just read them off. They're short. Whether an undesirable change will be produced to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by granting the area variance. Whether the benefit sought by the applicant can be achieved by some other method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. Whether the requested area variance is substantial. Whether the proposed area variance will have an adverse effect or impact on physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood or zoning district, and whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the Board of Appeals, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the variance. My, cursory look is that you'll probably be able to pass all those things. It's just, this is state law. This isn't stuff that we just make up. We have to comply with it. And the application has to be properly filled out, and the public has to be allowed to view it prior to the public hearing. So again, I think that we always try to do our best to work with people, and I suspect just seeing the nods of the heads that others are okay with suggesting that as long as the proper paperwork gets in time for her to do the advertisement, that we would go ahead and accept that application and conditionally set a public hearing for our next meeting, which will be the 4th Tuesday of
March.
26.
It's already feeling like April after today. It doesn't feel like the end of February. It feels like the end of March.
We will be back.
Yep.
Yeah, coming back.
Yep. Anybody have anything to add to that?
Well, I mean, when we get the full application, but just to be clear, they're asking for a front yard setback variance. What's the limit on the front yard?
So, this is, so,
Cause it seems like it's not complying already, right?
no, it's not complying already. I think that, so this is something that I feel, you know, I always take everything personally because I've served in so many different things, but it seems to me that in Briarcliff, we should have set a separate like little hamlet district.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like 25 or 30 houses.
Yeah,
The minimum setback for a house is 75 feet.
yeah.
Well,
Thirty.
it's it's
no, no.
not like that.
Each of these houses are only like 25 or 35 feet from the road.
Yeah, yeah.
And so this is not change, and several of the houses I looked tonight have already added larger porches.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
basically looking for a 2-foot variance to.
Right, so we're changing,
Already non-compliant. to begin
Exactly.
with, so-
right, so we're,
For 2 more.
Right,
feet.
right.
so we're
Just wanted to
changing,
check, 'cause I-
Right.
'cause I'm
They're
gonna-
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Back Anyway.
Right.
we're changing stuff by 2 feet and unless, you know, some neighbor or person from the public could come out with some reason why 2 feet made a huge difference.
Yeah.
I just don't, you know,
No, I agree.
I don't see a big issue.
I agree.
Thank you.
So, Ed will work with, Drew and find, and with, Trish
I
and find
apologize that the
the
proper.
right application. Yep,
Scott, I apologize that the proper paperwork wasn't, that's my fault.
yep. Well, and we understand it's a new job and, you know, everybody does the best they can.
No, it's our fault too. It's first time, you know, we're learning, so.
Yeah.
We're kind
That's okay.
Everything's a learning curve.
Yep,
of.
not a big issue. And again, I'd like to assure you that we try to work with people. So with that, is there a motion to say that we would,
I'll make the motion.
provisionally set a public hearing for our next meeting? Site visit would be, it's getting light and later now, so we could. How late's it gonna be late then?
Five, yeah.
Shall we say like a site visit? Well, we wouldn't be able to do it immediately before, but maybe at 6,
6:00, we should be able to.
about 6.
Okay.
What day is that?
26.
Spring break,
Don't worry, I'll pick you up.
the week before Easter.
Yes.
Screw up my program here, people. Right.
Okay.
And so we have a motion by Carl, is there a second? And we have the second by Marie. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor will say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? I hear none. So, we should be set to proceed. It's just, we have to, again, through state law, we're required to give the public an opportunity to raise any concerns, and we will listen to those and, proceed from there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay,
What date's that?
The 26th, babe. Yeah, we're gonna do 6:00 site
PM
visit.
and then 7:30.
and I think that that is it for this. I know that you sent me an agenda. Do we have a minutes to approve?
So,
Yep, so we have, our next item of business would be to approve the minutes of the December meeting. Is there anyone that had any questions or concerns about those?
they look good to me.
All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve those minutes?
So-
A second?
I'll second it.
All right. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor will say aye. Aye. And I don't believe, unless anybody else has any other business, we can have a record short meeting of about 7 minutes.